its noble endeavors.
Minden Whitewater Preserve is a location that has been used for many high-level whitewater competitions. The upper sections require skills beyond my current level. After the falls, there are Class 2 sections that eventually end in the otter slide leading down to the runoff section at the bottom, which is where you see me playing around in the boat. The pictures at the start of this video show you some of the upper areas. The preserve also has 32 camping sites that members can use when coming to practice here. After my initial Thames River exploration trip, I realized I really needed to get moving on the outfitting of my pocket canyon. I had really missed having a solid connection to the boat through proper kneeling pads and thigh straps. I also realized that moving my weight further forward in the boat would have some benefits in terms of getting the bow down, which would be useful especially in the more flatwater areas. I started out installing the typical small inflatable airbags that you will usually see installed at the bow and stern of a tandem boat. In this video you will see a large center bag as well, which was temporarily added using some simple straps. With outfitting supplies being difficult to come by due to supply chain shortages, I was trying to do what I could with what I had available to me at the time. Airbags are used in whitewater boats for multiple purposes. Most people think of the increased floatability of the boat, which is definitely important. Another benefit is that the airbags fill space that water would come into if the bag wasn't there. This in turn keeps the boat more steerable even with water aboard. With enough airbag capacity, a boat will also be less likely to get snagged up on a rock, especially if the boat is high out of the water when upside down. The final main reason for me is that by having airbags in the boat, it fills space that could be loaded with gear. Gear loaded at the bow or stern has a large impact on performance compared to gear loaded in the center. Having the bags at the ends prevents that problem. You may have noticed that I've removed the front seat. In actuality, this is what would normally be the stern seat. Since I am using the boat in a solo fashion by sitting on the back side of the bow seat of the boat, and I am unlikely to use the boat in tandem mode by removing the seat, I saved a bit of weight and allowed for better placement of the airbag. In future videos, you will see the setup continue to evolve as I discover how I want my boat outfitted. When I came to Minden Whitewater Preserve, it was to get me back into faster moving water, and it was also to give me the chance to test out my self-rescue options. In flat water, I use a technique that I first saw Ray Goodwin demonstrate on YouTube. As you can see here, it involves filling a dry bag with water and hanging it off the side of the boat. You may have also noticed that I am wearing a wetsuit. Now that it's September, I've switched over to wearing the shorty as an extra measure of safety. Although way too warm for a dry suit, the reality is it's currently impossible to get one even if I wanted to wear it. You then work yourself around to the other side of the boat and climb on board. The dry bag acts as a counterbalance. It was interesting to also see how hard it was to paddle the boat with it full of water. It worked considerably better than my flatwater boat did when I tried the same thing at Maple Lake back in August. Paul Mason mentioned somewhere that you could use your paddle to bail water from a boat, so I gave it a try too. I imagine it would work given plenty of time. In reviewing this video now, another use that I have for them is I actually look at how I was doing, what my technique looked like, and where I can improve. It's obvious to me in reviewing this footage that I need to keep working on my strokes and try to continue to avoid switching hands as often as I do in these videos. What I should be doing is doing crossovers, and in future videos as time goes on you will see that improving with more and more practice. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and enjoy the journey.
It's noble endeavors coming to you. Get ready for some escapades and adventures too. Enjoy the journey and the fun we're bringing.